Hey, how you guys doing? This is your girl, Cigarladyannette.
And Becky with Cigardamas.
And we are the Tampa Sisters of the Least. TampaSOTL. TampaSOTL. So we are here at Cigar Castle in Temple Terrace. If anyone is not familiar with the Cigar Castle, they have a great selection of cigars.
Yeah, they have a nice size humidor.
Don't they have a nice humidor?
Yeah, I've only been over here one other time. And so I get confused with all the ones I've been to for Ash Wednesday. So when I came in here, I was like, oh, I remember this place. Because I remember it had a good humidor.
And we're in their private lounge.
We are.
So if you ever
we
want to
do whatever we want.
Yeah, yeah. If you ever want to do a party, a private party, they have smoke heaters, everything up in here. So it holds probably about 25 people. So if you guys ever are in town, you want to do an event, or you live locally, you want to do an event.
Yeah,
they definitely, yeah, they definitely have the space. So it's been a little over a month. We didn't do a show last month because we just had, it was the beginning season of our rainy season, and it was just horrible. So Becky and I like to meet face to face, and so we just, we hadn't had time to get together with all the rain and lifing that we have going on. So as usual,
you're just gonna lay it on me. Give it to me, girl.
I never tell
Give it
her
to me.
what we are going to talk about.
Never. She's never once told me. I get to find out, just like you guys get to find out, all at the same time.
Of course, my cigar is out. So what we're going to talk about is, actually no. So my original topic was one thing, but we are going to talk about something that Rick from Cigar Castle was showing me. Different etiquettes that he had, and I was like, oh. So this was when you use a cutter. You know what I'm thinking?
A public cutter? Mm-hmm. Of course. Don't lick it first. Do not lick it.
OMG. He's had that happen, and let me tell you, that is like I don't understand why people do that. Like, why don't you have enough sense to know? So I was at a particular lounge years ago, or a couple years ago, and this guy was like
making out with his cigar.
Yes, he was all over him. He wanted to cut his cigar. I was like, nah, bro.
Not now.
You're not using the cutter.
Bite the tip of that thing off now.
What do you mean? I said, you just licked all over your cigar. Why would you think that anybody would want your saliva on the cutter? So he goes, well, how am I going to cut my cigar? I said, that sounds like a you problem. I was like, you better pinch it. You better figure it out, but you're not going to use this lighter.
Yeah, you better scrape that tip off, bite it, I don't know, take it old school, whatever you got to do.
There was one guy, I asked, why do you lick your cigar? And he said, because it gives it an even cut. What do you think?
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Now, I could understand maybe someone thinking, okay, maybe if it's a little dry, maybe it will cut better. If it's moist, probably shouldn't use the word moist, but I am.
And I had one guy I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why do you lick your entire cigar?
I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna keep this PG. I am not gonna say some of the things I'm thinking. Y'all, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So he said, because, so it will be an even, that's what he said about the even burn. He licked his entire cigar.
I have never heard that.
I have never heard that.
So we want input.
Yes.
Does anyone else feel you need to make out with your cigar, stroke it, lick it, do whatever you got to do to it to get an even burn? We want to know.
Yes, please share that with us.
We're confused. We're a little confused about it.
Yeah. And for those of you who do that, and you use your own cutter, because I understand some of you have enough sense to know to use your own cutter.
Well, yeah.
Because I think every cigar smoker should always have their own tools, first of all.
Yeah. But I have been places where I forget them. Yeah.
Sometimes you forget, I get it, but don't lick your cigar. So we definitely want your input on what you think about that.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. So let's see.
I kind of feel like we're right on this. Do not do it.
Yeah.
Even if someone told you it's okay, just don't do it.
No.
With your own, go ahead. Do whatever you want to. Lick it from the tip all the way down. Yeah, up and down, all around. Do whatever you want with that thing. But for a public cutting device, whatever, punch, straight, whatever you're doing, be cut, do not.
And what was
We all appreciate it. Now we know how COVID started.
Right,
Damn
exactly.
cigar smokers started it.
Now we're in. This is our 5th episode.
I think that
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I was looking on our YouTube just to see which episode we are on. So it's so exciting because let me tell you, there was a guy that was in here, customer, and he's like, "Yeah, I follow your channel. You guys do a great job." And I was like,
We got a follower?
"Yes,
We got a
somebody
follower.
from Cigar Castle."
Well,
yeah.
hello.
I was like, "Okay, yeah." So this
We appreciate you, whoever you are.
so we are on episode 5.
Yeah.
So we are let me see, what was our episode last? Guys, doing this your girl Cigarladyannette,
And Rebecca with Cigardamas.
and we are excited because this is our 4th show. I don't even remember. That was the funny show because the bee and
The
everything.
bee attacked you, or wasp, or whatever it was.
Oh,
Thank
that
goodness.
was funny.
This is why we're not filming outside no more, because
Yeah. Okay, so
Somebody.
no, since we have, let's see, it's only 6 minutes into the show. I'm going to go into the other topic so this was a kind of impromptu topic.
Okay.
The other topic I was going to have, and it's a short topic. I hear people say about certain lounges, it's not a true lounge, or yeah. So.
And what's your reasoning behind that? Because of the setup, the cigars they sell, the size of the humidor, like what is?
So, of course, there's your old school traditional lounges, kind of like
Cigar Castle.
Cigar Castle, except for on some days, it turns into a cigar lounge /
Club.
club,
Yeah.
hangout. So you'll hear people say that's not a true lounge, or
Gotcha.
or certain, the new thing, but everybody has what they like,
Yeah.
and
I don't personally see anything wrong with a lounge like promoting certain nights, and even if they want to do it every night. I mean, there is going to be people who are going to enjoy that, and so they're going to get business because that's what they promote.
Yeah.
Cigars and a club environment, and then there's going to be the people who will go to the ones that are,
The traditional,
minimal alcohol,
should I say. Yeah.
traditional one or whatever, and that's going to be kind of their thing. But I mean, I've been to lounges that have, kind of put the club vibe. I enjoy them every once in a while.
Yeah,
Most of the
I
time,
don't mind
I like
every once
to
in
just
a while.
chill and smoke.
Yeah.
But every once in a while,
Yeah. So
I like to drink my water with some old school hip hop or R&B. I'm okay with that. But I do enjoy like jazz or something else usually when I'm
So I figure, what do you guys think? I've heard this from a lot of different people. When you hear about, certain lounges that has more of a club vibe, but they sell cigars. They might not have, they might not sell alcohol, but they have a bar.
kind of sounds snooty if you say it like that, though, to me personally. I feel like, because it's kind of like I've heard other people say things like, oh, you're not a real cigar smoker if you're not smoking certain ones, or this or that, or
It's almost like I only smoke
yeah.
Cubans.
I mean, to me, it always comes off a little snooty when people put.
All right, we're back. We had a little accident, but where were we? We were talking about
How I think
people
it's a
think
little
true
snooty.
lounges.
Yeah. Yeah. And while you were fixing that, I looked up what a cigar lounge is considered. So let's just pop this up here. A cigar bar or a lounge is an establishment that caters to patrons who smoke cigars. Many serve food and alcohol as well. So, and the history of it was in the 1950s when they started banning smoking. So there was a need for lounges.
Yeah, so it's
not necessarily just, it has to have certain, I think that's just people's perception of what they prefer.
Right.
So if they don't prefer the whole club vibe and lounge and
Don't
drinking, then they'll say, exactly, but they'll say it's not a legit one, just like, but I think it also, just like I was saying, I think it's kind of snooty, because I feel like, why attack something someone's enjoying doing? If it's not for you, move on.
Right.
If they're smoking cigars that you think are, a downgrade from what you smoke, don't say shit. Or if you're going to, go buy them a cigar. If you're really offended by what they smoke, go buy them one. Go show them what you're smoking.
You know, and I've done that.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those. I have a shirt that says I'm silently judging. No, I'm
judging
your cigar choices.
I thought you were saying you were a cigar.
But I've done that. So if you're smoking a cigar that I don't like, I was like, look, let me do you a favor. No, can you do me a favor? I said, let me buy a cigar that I think you will love versus the cigar you're smoking. Hence, Groovy Blue. Those are the only two cigars I hate. Groovy Blue and Upsetter.
I've never heard of those. Am I out of the loop?
Upsetter is the name. Upsetter is anyway. But I will, instead of just being, a snob, I will
But your
offer
approach
to
is
educate
totally
them.
different.
Yeah, I
than
will
just,
also.
Yeah,
I will offer to educate them with a different cigar, so that way, I would say, so we can transition. I'm going to give you a transitional cigar. So we start with this, and then this way we can train your palate to go to the next.
Yeah, elevate your palate.
Yeah, but you can't do that with certain cigars, because it's almost like ruining your palate. But anyway,
But yeah, I
look,
just
off
feel
topic.
like it's just people have their own perception of what they like, which is great. We're all about everybody doing whatever they want. Do what you want.
And you can tell us
Smoke
what you think. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, does anybody else think it's rude? I mean, we've all been there where somebody makes comments about this, that, or the other. You know.
I've had people talk about some of my friends' lounges who are not your traditional lounges, which is usually just people smoking cigars. There's no music. It might have TV on, silent. You're watching. It's just quiet.
Yeah.
But again, there's so many lounges out there to choose from.
Especially here in Tampa.
Oh, other places in Los Angeles where I just was, in Maryland. There's
But see, you got to remember, I came
there are
from
people who
Springfield,
come
Missouri,
from-
and we only had one lounge, and it was an amazing lounge, but it didn't have alcohol. It was just your traditional lounge, but I mean, I don't know what the zoning is, and so it's called Just for Him. Shout out to Christian and Jess, love you guys. But they have a store on one side that's catered to all kinds of different stuff, a novelty store, great stuff, and then on the other side is the actual lounge.
It's usually
It's
mostly cities.
I loved going there,
Yeah.
But I did not realize the difference. I'd never been into a lounge
So
that offered more of a club vibe.
I'm going to invite you Saturday. You guys are probably busy, but Saturday at our OR room, they're having a birthday party there, so you can kind of
The Oak Room?
Yes.
Okay. What was that? I'm calling it the right name, right? Because
So
I was trying to figure out what you were talking about.
Definitely leave us a comment of what you think, what you thought was a traditional lounge, or what you think about people who lick their cigars and wants to use public cutters. And with that, we are going to end our session, because we like to have short sessions, and we look forward to your feedback.
Absolutely.
And
That's it. We'll see y'all next time.